Hello everyone. This is Brian back with ZimCo Survival, and I'm going to be doing the Bayite Ferro Rod review today. Finally got a nice sunny day out. It's been raining for a week, so figured I'd go ahead and get this one done. What I'm going to do in this video, because I see most ferro rod reviews don't have a comparison, so you don't know how well it works versus another ferro rod. So I decided I'm going to standardize my ferro rod reviews. So I went and I got myself one of the most common ferro rods on the market, and I call them Chinese mystery rods because you literally don't know what it is. It's a ferro rod, but you don't know what the mixes are or anything else. Hard, soft, medium, you have no idea. In fact, this one, when it came in, obviously the guy took off the label, so I do not know what this is. So I decided I'm going to use this as a baseline rod, and I'm going to test all of my other rods against it. So let me go ahead and essentially we're going to do a number of different tinders. The first one is going to be a petroleum cotton ball, then I'm going to do fat wood, and then I'm going to do birch bark, and then I'm going to do just crushed up leaves and give you guys an idea of how the ferro rod will act with different types of tinders. And the leaves are, in my opinion, one of the worst tinders you can get because they tend to be very hard to light and they hold a lot of moisture. So you have to work a lot more in order to get leaves to light. So I figured I'd do those 4 different types of tinders and give you guys a good idea of how these different rods will act. And this is going to be my baseline ferro rod for all of my reviews. And all of the ones I'm reviewing will be compared against it. In other words, is this rod worth paying more because it's better, or is it worth paying a cheaper price and getting one of these? You know, like I said, this is one of those $5, $6 kind of El Cheapo, no clue, comes from China rods. So let's go ahead and start the review. I'm going to go ahead and point you guys at the ground so that you can see the tinder. I'll be right back. Alright, and we're back. So, this one right here is the first one. I'm going to use the mystery rod with it. And I'm expecting 1 or 2 strikes because it is petroleum cotton balls. So I'm not expecting much of a difference with this one. Okay, so 2 strikes. Four strikes to get with the El Cheapo to get the cotton ball lit. So this is the Bayite. This is the name brand one. 1 strike. The first strike I actually was taking off that little coating right there, you can see. So 1 strike with the Bayite and I was able to get the cotton ball started. 4 strikes with the no name brand. Alright, I'll be right back with the next tinder. Alright, we're back with the fat wood. So the first one again is going to be the mystery metal, and this is the one I'm going to use it with. So let's see how many strikes it takes. Alright, 1 strike with the Chinese one. And 1 strike with the Bayite. God, that stuff smokes terribly, doesn't it? Alright, so there you have it for that one. We're going to go ahead and move on to birch bark. 1 and 1, they're tied now. Alright, welcome back to the next test. Once again, I'm going to start with the Chinese rod here. And this one is the one I'm going to use it on. 1, 2. Let's let that die down just a little bit here. Alright, now it's time for the Bayite. 2, 3. So 2 for the Chinese rod and 3 for the Bayite. Next up is dried leaves, and I think this is where it's going to make the difference. Be back. Alright, welcome back, and this is the last test. So, once again, starting with the Chinese rod, and we're going to use it on this pile right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 45 strikes. And I got a little bit of a flame going here. And it's out. I'm going to keep going until I get it to actually catch completely. For 7. 48. 50. 51. 52. There we are. So 52 in order to get it to light completely with the Chinese rod. So let's go ahead and switch over to the Bayite and see what that one does. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42. Ah! The wind keeps blowing it out. But I was able to actually get my first hint of a flame with this at 24 strikes, or 25 strikes. So I figured, because this particular rod, the Bayite, burns much hotter, and as you saw, the sparks would last quite a bit longer than the Chinese rod. I figured that would make the difference with the dried leaves, where the duration of the spark actually means a lot more, and the heat the spark generates. So I'm gonna call this one, because I got my first flame at about 25, and with that one I got my first flame at 32. So this one did, I'm gonna say, 7 strikes faster than the Chinese one. So let me go ahead and bring you guys back up to the head view, and we'll talk about it just a little bit more. Hello. Welcome back to the face view. My honest opinion of the Bayite rod, as you saw during the tests, I think in decent tinder situations, the Bayite will perform just about as well as the Chinese rod. I do notice the sparks last a bit longer with this, and they burn quite a bit hotter, but you know, I kind of burned my finger a little bit there when I was striking it. But this rod is about half or twice the price. It's $15 versus this, which I paid $6 for. So, I mean, this is a 5-inch rod, so it's not the same length, but it's still a ½ inch thick. So, honest opinions, it's up to you. I do like the fact that this burns a lot hotter. I do like the fact that the sparks burn longer, as you saw during the demonstrations. But unless you're trying to use it on dry leaves, the difference isn't too substantial. And even with dried leaves, I'd only give it about a 7 to 10 strike advantage over the Chinese one. So, my opinion, it's up to you. I'm not going to judge one way or the other on this one because I think they came in a bit too close for a definitive good or bad review. So, I believe this is a little bit better than a Chinese rod, but $15, I'm not sure if it's that much better. But I'll leave that decision up to you guys. Thank you guys for watching. As always, if you like this video, hit the like button and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.